Meadow Well riots. The Meadow Well riots were a series of violent protests that took place on September 9, 1991, on the Meadow Well Council estate, east of Newcastle, England. Origins. The bulk of the Meadow Well estate was built in the 1930s to accommodate low-income residents who were displaced by slum clearances in nearby North Shields. It was originally called the Ridges, but in 1968 the local authority changed its name to Meadow Well in an attempt to improve the image of the dilapidated estate. The estate was considered a no-go area for many non-residents and police alike, long before the riots of 1991 occurred. The riots themselves were triggered by the deaths of two local youths, Dale Robson and Colin Atkins, who were killed fleeing the police at high speed when the stolen car in which they were joyriding crashed. The prosecution at the subsequent trial of those accused of being involved in the rioting said the rioters were gripped by a hatred of the police. Ostensibly in response to such reports of police brutality, these included a youth center, a health center, and an electricity substation, as well as extensive vandalism to numerous buildings and vehicles. Rioters forced Asian shopkeepers out of their homes before setting them on fire, shouting, "Let's burn out the Packies." Cars and derelict houses were set on fire, and a makeshift barrier was erected in the center of the estate, which was removed by police. Police and fire crews attending the scene were pelted with bricks. It was estimated that at its height 400 people were involved. At least 50 people were arrested. Aftermath. The riots were condemned by the Prime Minister, John Major, and Home Secretary Kenneth Baker, while the Chief of Northumbria Police, Sir Stanley Bailey, said the perpetrators would be caught and charged. Major did not deploy riot police immediately as he wanted the crowd to be contained first. This decision was later criticized for giving the rioters a free hand. After the riots, £66 was set into order in the estate. Around 750 properties were demolished and new houses built in their place, while the remaining properties were refurbished. A new community center, health center, and police station were established, though the police station has since been closed. The Cedarwood Trust, founded in 1980, has continued to work exclusively in the area and was instrumental in the rebuilding of the community. The trust has operated from a number of sites over the years, but by 2019 it was operating from the Meadow Well Center, in the heart of the estate and an area that had been regarded as a focus of conflict. Meadow Well Connected was established in 1993 to enable and support the residents of the Meadow Well and the surrounding area. The charity aims to train local people with new skills and develop confidence by offering training, support, and volunteering opportunities. Broader context. The Meadow Well riots were one of several waves of rioting which hit parts of Britain during 1991 and 1992. Other areas affected by rioting were Handsworth in Birmingham, Ely in Cardiff, Cateshill in Dudley, and Blackbird Leys in Oxford. These riots were comparable with earlier waves of rioting which had been seen across Britain in 1981 and again in 1985. Rioting on this scale in Britain was not seen again until August 2011.